Sweaty.
Yep.
Charlie's just come back from gym and she is soaking. Stay away. No. I'm clean. I'm making food. I'm doing my duties. Oh, I gotta show you this as well. So, yesterday we went to a local butcher's who, well, is an old friend of ours, and we haven't been to the butcher's for ages. Mainly because we have to drive to get there. Although I should just swing by my bike really, shouldn't I? There's no excuse. We picked up some sirloin steak beef kebabs, which are an extremely rare treat, I must say. But I'm looking forward to eating these tomorrow after a big training day. So you've all heard of the Body Coach probably, yeah? Most of you have, like Lean in 15, you know, those sort of books, right? Well, this recipe is, I think, from his Instagram, and this is a pineapple salsa that is supposed to go with some salmon, which I've got in the oven right now, with some Cajun seasoning. So I'm no idea how this is going to taste, because there's pineapple in there, there's red onion, there's half an avocado, there's some pumpkin seeds, there's some chopped tomatoes, and I think that's it. But yeah, I feel like it's going to be an absolute explosion of flavors. No idea what to expect. It's so pretty though. Look at all those colors in there. That's really nice, isn't it? So, oh, and before any of you say about carbs, because obviously I'm training tomorrow, I have some quinoa here with some peas left over from yesterday. Today has been a low carb day, like pretty low, 200 grams. Today was a rest day, but this is part of what I do, like to achieve, you know, that certain, you know, lean, low body fat, the highest watts per kilo I can achieve, then this is what I do. The cherry on top of the cake that I can't eat is really like playing with my macronutrients, having like green days and red days, high carb days, low carb days. You know, you change it depending on when you're training, how you're training, how hard you're training. So this is not unusual for me when I'm trying to get to a certain point for hill climb season specifically. This is very specific to the hill climb events, and I don't really apply it to anything else. So I'm really looking forward to this, because it's probably like my biggest portion of carbohydrate I've had all day, and I've primarily been eating protein and fat. Well, that pineapple was a thing of beauty. I never knew that I needed pineapple on things until today. Maybe a pineapple pizza, of course, but that was pretty rare. So this morning I made sure that I laid out all of my breakfast ready on the counter so that there was no excuses to sort of mess around and like open up my laptop and start doing things like before I even have breakfast. So although it looks a bit strange, like to a certain extent, like getting used to what I'm going to be eating, like, you know, in the morning of a hill climb race, for example, is something that's quite important. So for breakfast I had rice pudding, a tin of rice pudding with a bagel, toasted bagel with jam. So I think that came out to 120 grams of carbs, 6 grams of fat, and 22 grams of protein. So it's a fairly moderate sized breakfast, but I'm going to be fueling as soon as I get on the bike today, because it's a fairly long ride. Oh, and one other thing I wanted to show you that got delivered the other day. So probably by now you know that my awesome coffee sponsor, Clifton Coffee Roasters, they not only did they send me a box of beans, which I store up there, but they also sent me this gadget which I attached to my AeroPress, and it is a Prismo AeroPress coffee maker attachment. and I've used it a couple of times. Where the coffee comes out of, so it's kind of like an espresso type maker. Now obviously I used to use paper filters and this this thing that the AeroPress comes with, that you actually push all of your lovely black gold through, but now it's a metal filter and obviously reusable, with that little hole at the bottom that squeezes and forces that black gold out of there. So yeah, it's going well. I'm enjoying the different sort of, sometimes it just blows my taste buds away. If you're ever interested in, you know, different flavors, or like trying to explore that aspect of coffee, then get yourself a box. Link in description.
Okay, 5-hour ride today planned, and a couple of efforts thrown in. I'm mainly picking a couple of climbs that I've not got KOMs on, and hopefully just gonna rag it up them. I'm meeting Charlie in about an hour's time. I'm gonna top up some of my riding time by taking her out for a couple of hours. So although yesterday was a fairly low carb day across the board, today is the exact opposite, and today I'm aiming for at least 600 grams of carbs, which will not only aid me in this training session but also aid my recovery as well. Not that I have anything intense to do tomorrow, but you know, repair, recover and all that. Protein is going to stay still relatively high, around the 175 gram mark, but fats will be lower than what they were yesterday. So rather than 100 grams, we're now more in the region of 70 grams. Absolutely love this cycle path this time of year, when the leaves are falling, just like different colors, and it's like so overgrown. It makes me feel like we're a completely different part of the world. There's my first climb, just over there, down into the valley and back up the other side. Ooh, it's tantalizing. Effort one done. I'm not sure how many I'm going to include today. I'll purely go off a feel, but that climb up to Bankersvelen to the top of Krubin is a filthy climb any day of the week, because it varies in gradient so much. And the top, I don't know, they get probably the last minute and a half is like the steepest part. It's like really steep, so you do get everything out, but it leaves you like in a right mess when you get to the top, you know what I'm saying? Like those climbs that get steeper at the top, when you're just forced to just get over the top of them. But it was good. I definitely can still feel the session I did the other day, my anaerobic power session. I can still feel it in my arms, believe it or not. But yeah, that's good, that's good. So this weekend has had to be shifted around a little bit, because we're away at a wedding on Saturday, and I was actually planning on having this 5-hour ride with these sort of free-for-all intervals on Friday, and then obviously having a Saturday off, being at the wedding, and then just do a light endurance ride on Sunday. But I've had to change things to make it fit, and it's probably not ideal that I'm doing this ride today and a lighter endurance ride tomorrow before Saturday, because I wanted to do the endurance ride today so I had a chance to refuel after yesterday's low carb day. So no doubt today's session is a little bit compromised because of that, but sometimes you have to compromise. There's never a perfect way of doing things, and just because I've switched things around, it is the way it is. But I'm still fairly confident, as long as I'm fueling fine today on the bike, I'll be able to get to it and still get some good training stimulus from this. So it's not the end of the world. So before this video gets too long, I'm going to plug my next video, which I've already filmed and uploaded and scheduled. It's ready to go live on Sunday evening, and that is called the 3 pillars to improving your hill climbing or improving your potential on climbs. So that's a really short 10-12 minute video. That's a really good video if I do say so myself, full of information, full of ideas. I'm sure you'll love it. Good cycling etiquette being withheld here today. I've just done this climb out of my Dream, full gas. It sort of goes steep and then goes flat, like right here, then goes steep near the top again. And the KOM was about 6.5 minutes. And I done it in 5 minutes 40. And I'm pretty stoked with that effort. That was epic. But yeah, talking about etiquette, I rode back down the hill, pick up Charlie. That's what we do. Go on, Charlie. Going to wrap up today's ride and today's video. So thank you so much for watching. We've had a great little ride, 40 kilometers and 1,000 meters of climbing. That's quite hilly, isn't it? Okay, thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you in the next video.